The Island Boys? What about the Island Boys? Oh, come on. What about the Island Boys? I love the Island Boys. What are y'all trying to talk shit on the Island Boys for? Now, I said this before, and I know this is going to upset people. I genuinely thought that they were funny. I thought that some of the stuff that they said, it was like this like weird type of like, it was like a horseshoe thing where like you can be so dumb that what you say is smart. Yeah, I did. I actually thought they were funny.
Normally I wouldn't reply to a comment like this. I don't understand why you're being so hateful towards me.
The Island Boys have been receiving fewer and fewer likes on TikTok every single month since they blew up. 10 million, then 9 million, going to 7 million, before a pretty sharp drop to less than 3 million last month. The Google trend graph tells a similar story. People have slowly been losing interest in these two rappers who have made respectable physical sacrifices for their career in entertainment.
I mean, like, to be fair, they had already made that sacrifice before they had a career. Like, to be fair, like, this would have happened no matter what. It's not like, oh, man, they did this. Like, nah, they did this, like, this happened already early enough.
However, while we're not here to hate on the Island Boys, we will make the argument that they were destined to fail from the very beginning. And the first reason is because they never had a decent skill set or product to begin with. When they first blew up 6 months ago in October 2021 for their infamous I'm an Island Boy rap, it wasn't because people were impressed.
I mean, it's like, it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to lay it out. To just, bop, right there on the table, on the floor. That's what it is. It is what it is, you know? Looks like Sideshow Bob. Oh my God, I forgot all about Sideshow Bob. Holy fuck, it's been such a long time.
By their ability to sing. In fact, it was the complete opposite. The video went viral because of how terrible the song was. The Island Boys were instantly judged as two talentless bozos who had covered themselves in tattoos, and as a result, people began to follow them for their stupidity as opposed to their talent.
And I think they're...
I don't know. I think they're funny. Like, I thought these guys were funny. Straight up, I thought they were funny. Like, and it was just, it's not like, listen, I'm not gonna look for this guy. Like, I'm not like, oh, wait a second, the Island Boys said which stock do the Island Boys think that I should invest in, you know? Like, that's not what I would, but I just think they're funny. Like, that's all there is to it. Like, yeah, they're funny, all right. Yeah, it was funny laughing, I'm sure. Like, I don't know, like, they're goofy. Like, I guess that, so one thing I like about the Island Boys, and like, I noticed the video seems like it's probably going to be pretty, it's going to be negative about them, right? Is I saw this thumbnail, I looked at this shit a little bit, and like, it's not a surprise, man. It's not a fucking surprise. But like, I like the fact that like, they are unabashedly themselves. That's what I like. More than anything, I like the fact that they are authentic. You know, it's like, this is a person who's unabashedly themselves. They are authentic, and it is an absolute fucking sideshow. You know what I mean? Like, and like, that is, it's in a weird way, they stole the look. I mean, you really think they might have stole the look, but like, I think that I don't think, like, for example, I don't think that whenever the cameras turn off, I don't think they put their little things down and they put on a shirt and they start using proper English. Like, I don't think that whenever the cameras are off, like, you're not going to find, like, a hidden Island Boy clip where he's talking about, you know, Carl Jung. Yeah, no, this is a lifestyle.
Stupidity as opposed to their talent.
And I think they're entertaining, and I follow them.
Yeah, there it is.
They're entertaining.
Yeah,
I love to see the stupid shit that they say.
Hell
They were
yeah.
mocked brutally in some of the funniest TikTok parodies ever posted to the platform, whilst being used
It's like,
as...
I don't know how this shit fucking happened, right? But, like, straight up Jake Paul now. Like, it's like, Jake Paul, how much crazy dumbass shit did Jake Paul do over the years? How much crazy dumbass shit that has he done over the years? And even he's calling it out. Oh my God. It's like, what, like, I actually, and the thing is, like, Jake Paul is a great example of this. Is like, Jake Paul, straight up, Jake Paul went out and he knocked bitches out. Yeah, they weren't boxers, and that's true. Oh, you're gonna box a basketball player? Oh, all right. Yeah, that's fine. But like, Jake Paul, bro, he literally got right into the arena. He got ready to get his ass beat, right? And that's what it was. He got punched in the face for this shit, and like, that's what it was. So Jake Paul, he's an all right fighter. I mean, I don't know if he's an all right fighter or not, but what I am saying is that like, there's actually something that's entertaining about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jake's an actual good fighter. Yeah, that's the best part about it. And that's the difference between somebody like Jake Paul and like, even Logan Paul has turned a lot of shit around. And by the way, like, Logan Paul said the best game ever was Burning Crusade. He said it was the greatest game ever. He played a gnome mage. So I used to, you know, think Logan Paul was an asshole. And he did do that NFT thing where he scammed people out of millions of dollars. So, like, yeah, it kind of sucks. But he liked Burning Crusade, so I think it's kind of a wash. Yeah, it's kind of a wash. Like, I don't know. He could be a good guy. You know, what can I say?
Mocked brutally in some of the funniest
yeah,
TikTok parodies ever posted to the platform, whilst being used as a representation for how easy it was to get famous on the internet in 2021.
Let's be real. How long before the Dust Bunny twins over here get a record deal, sponsors, and tours? Oh, you don't think so? Remember
the Dust Bunny twins. The Dust Bunny twins. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? What streamers do you think could train and beat Jake? What streamer could I think could train really hard and beat Jake Paul? Jake Paul's like what, 6'2"? I would assume he's about like 6'2". Yeah. Canute? Being a bodybuilder doesn't mean you're a boxer. Like that actually, that I don't know about. Like, I mean, it depends. Like, who else is like really like? I mean, maybe Canute or S-Fan, somebody like that. Like Hassan, yeah, maybe Hassan, but like they'd have to like really train a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's like you've got to be a pretty big guy. Like, I mean, for me, like, even if I worked out a lot, I would still probably be skinny. Like, because it's just like, it's my body type. I don't know how much you can overcome that.
this bozo?
Now, the difference between the Island Boys and someone like 6ix9ine is that while 6ix9ine also got famous in part by his over-the-top ridiculous appearance, he actually has a decent portfolio of music to fall back on. People hate on 6ix9ine, but only in the beginning. He then becomes well known, people check out his music, and then some become fans after realizing that his songs are actually pretty decent. Therefore,
yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of people who, like, they come off originally as a joke, and then soon enough, nobody's laughing anymore. No, you're right, and it's like 6ix9ine. I never listened to 6ix9ine. I don't know if he's good or not, but like, he's decent. No, it's not like, the thing is decent. I've never listened to him because, like, for example, I actually think, for example, The Weeknd. A lot of people hate new music. I think The Weeknd is an actual S tier artist. Every song that he puts out is S tier. Like, it is actually just fucking insane. Like, he is insanely fucking good. And like, there's a few other people, like, I'm trying to think, like, what else is there who thinks he isn't. I think that people just, what I'm saying is, like, people reflexively dislike new things. And like, I don't want to say that because I listen to a lot. Kelly, he's all right. I mean, I got a few of his songs on my playlist, but not a whole lot, right? And people like to be contrarians. Bruno Mars, Frank Ocean. Number one, Frank Ocean is an OG at this point. Like, Frank Ocean is, in my opinion, he's a legend. Like, Frank Ocean is a legend. Like, I listen. I remember. Oh, what was the one? The fucking album, was it Code Orange or some kind of shit like that? I forgot what it was. Channel Orange? Something. Yeah. I listened to that album probably 50 times. Channel Orange, yeah.
Solid growth strategy. On the contrary, for the Island Boys, people hate on them, then check out their music, only to realize that similar to their TikTok content, it's not worth listening to.
People don't find these guys entertaining. They're not entertained by them. Other than, oh, hey, these guys look like this. Oh, that Island Boys video was funny. What's happened since? Nothing. At all. And they keep rinsing and repeating and they're milking it dry. Did you really think you were going to go into this club, do this a cappella Island Boys, and people were going to mess with it?
Without some decent art form to fall back on, they're unable to convert their haters into fans over time. Therefore, that's
the thing, is like, a lot of times people, like, they start off and nobody likes them. It's like, you have somebody, I'm trying to think of, like, who's a good example that, like, started off hated and then people started to like him a little bit more. Jake Paul and Logan Paul, I think, are kind of examples of that. Now, I would say most people still fucking hate them, but it went from being like, 90% of people hate them to like 70% of people hate them. Let's see, Justin Bieber. Yeah, I think that's a good example. Justin Bieber. Yeah, that's a great example. Exactly. I don't think that Kanye West is that. I think Kanye West, like, right out the gate, like, people took him seriously. Like, yeah, people took him seriously pretty much immediately. Let me think. Zac Efron, like, no, because there's like art, like, you think about like actors that were like typecasted into being like big dumb guy, and that turns out they're great actors, right? Like Channing Tatum, right? He's like, oh, he's in like all these like, fucking romance movies. It's like some corny ass bullshit. Then 21 Jump Street comes out and you realize this guy's a fucking amazing actor, and I always want to see the movies he's in. Yeah, absolutely. Robert Pattinson. Yeah, but like, that was just one movie. I'm trying to think about some more. Alinity, to be honest. Yeah, people might think that about Alinity. Ted Bundy? Oh, that's the opposite. Well, so like that's whenever, yeah, that's the opposite. Exactly.
Either become even more hated or completely irrelevant. The Island Boys discussed this on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, stating that the haters were actually fans because they were following everything that the Island Boys were doing.
They're really fans because really, think about a hater. A hater's watching you sometimes more than a person that loves you. Yeah, and if they're hating on...
That's true. People, that's always been true. There are people that don't like you. The thing is, and that's what I think, Matthew McConaughey, perfect example. Yeah, exactly. Like, fuck. Like that's what it was. Yeah, that it is true to an extent, right? It definitely is true. No, come on, man. He didn't make that. Like, make fun of his tattoos or his hair, man. He like that's the dumb shit on him. Like his nose, he did. That's the one thing he didn't choose. Make fun of the tattoos. Goddamn. Like, what do you do to deserve that, man?
Me, it's just because they really love me. Because I see the haters check up on me more than the love.
They do.
Which seemed to be a variation of the "it's better to be known than to be liked" argument. However,
which is not true. That's not true at all. Like, anybody that thinks that, it's just coping because they're known and not liked. It's always better to be known. It's better to be known than liked. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, it's like the same thing. All publicity is good publicity. No, it's fucking not. It absolutely is fucking not. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
There are so many examples of where this doesn't really apply. There are countless YouTubers who have been out...
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yep. There he is. He is. Oh my god. Like, there he is. Yeah, I was trying to think, like, what's an example of some dude like that? And there he is. That's Mr. Cupcake.
As predators, for example, EDP445.
You know, this dude sent these girls pictures of his shit before he sent them pictures of like his dick. Like, isn't that fucking, like, that's a, what the fuck, man? What the fuck, man? What are you doing? No, I literally, I watched the video on this. Man. Like, well, look into it. As I said, guys, like, I am an expert in this kind of stuff. It's a power move, yeah.
Lad, who are both very well known, yet receive almost no views as a result of people disliking them so much that the audience goes out of their way not to watch the content. Therefore, the argument is probably better expressed as you need to have...
fair, by the way, a lot of him getting exposed was Keemstar. Like, I remember, dude, Keemstar back in 2000 and, like, I don't know, like 14 or 15 or something like that, he pulled out a lot of people like that. It was like a good maybe like 5 or 6.
An entertainment form that people remember as being impressive whilst maintaining somewhat of a likable reputation, which the Island Boys don't really have. People don't think about them in the context of unique, edgy artists that put a lot of effort into their music. They think about them in the context of two clowns who are famous for being famous.
Do you think that that's part of what people kind of hold against you as a grudge, is that like your image is crazy and you're sort of famous, but maybe the music isn't necessarily the reason why you guys are so known?
Right.
One of the Island Boys would go on to state that the other reason they had so many haters was because of jealousy.
Just hating on me or whatever. And it's just a form of jealousy, either that, because I'm not really doing nothing.
Which is just another naive argument often made by narcissistic celebrities who lack self-awareness. Why are you so confident that people want to be in your position? Do you ever consider that maybe there's another reason as to why people hate you besides jealousy? Everyone is jealous.
I think that if people don't, like, if people hate you, like, I think there is some truth to that, though. Because, like, if you go out of your way to, like, hate somebody that's, like, not doing anything bad, like, the Island Boys, like, for example, like, it's like you could hate on somebody like, let's say, Logan Paul, right? Because, like, oh, Logan Paul's doing some NFT scam. He did, like, some bad shit, right? The Island Boys, as far as I know, I mean, like, what? Like, what are they doing? Like, they're not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're not hurt. Like, nobody's getting hurt out of this. Like, nobody, it's like they're just being clowns. That's it. Yeah, they're just being fucking clowns. And so, like, I think, like, if you're going to invest your time, like, I think that there's a lot of people out there that they do, it's not that they're jealous, but they feel like they don't deserve it. And so they want to, like, take them down a peg because they feel like they don't deserve the success that they have. I don't think it's necessarily jealousy. It's a little bit more, look them up, they do hurt people. I mean, that's different.
Of me argument displays a lack of critical thinking, personal honesty, and self-awareness, which was highlighted once again when Logan Paul would ask them about why they thought they blew up in the first place.
Why do you think you guys went viral in the first place?
I love the fact Logan Paul had to ask them that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wonder what they're gonna say.
Island Boy rap.
I worked my ass off. It's not even just the Island Boys.
There it is.
It's the fact that we went through so many obstacles, it was just bound to happen.
Now, it'd be a cheap shot to say that there was no hard work. I'm sure the Island Boys had to have put some degree of effort into their career before posting that mega viral video. However, as mentioned previously...
Yeah, I mean, they probably spent fucking months in the tattoo shop. That's definitely true. Absolutely. Yeah, they 100% did. And it's like, yeah, there's some degree of investment, but like, I think that, again, it's like the horseshoe thing. It's like, if you are so delusional that you think that's why it made you popular, I like you. Because at least you might not be making great music, but at least you're entertaining. And I can watch this shit and be entertained by it because it's just so funny.
They didn't blow up because they had been in the studio relentlessly for 10 years straight. They blew up because they were being laughed at.
You have that it factor.
Yes, I'm a star. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're the only ones that are talented in singing.
And this is one of the strangest parts about their whole career.
And like that kind of stuff, I love that. I love that. I think that's so funny. Like, these are the kinds of things talented. That's the best part about it. Like, that's so funny to me. Like, the humor is like, yeah, the audacity. It's like Logan. Look at Logan's face.
We're the only ones that are talented in singing.
And this is one of the strangest parts about their whole career. They've deluded themselves
he's looking up.
And this is one of the strangest parts.
It's just like, and my Mike's just like, yeah. Absolutely. Try not. They don't even want to look at it. They're like, man, oh god.
Parts about their whole career. They've deluded themselves into thinking that they have musical talent as a result of becoming famous.
So basically, when I was locked up, I was probably one of the only people in the dorm that knew how to rap, that knew how to freestyle, but didn't care. I think me as a rapper, my music is underestimated though. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'm a good artist. I can sing, rap, whatever. Versatile. Wow. I can make rock music, whatever.
Even going so far as to say this when asked about their future.
What is next for you guys?
We're rappers.
So, like, I would love, you know what I think the best, like, in my mind, you know what I would love to fucking see? Is I would love to see them come out with a song that's unironically fire. Like, and it's like, nobody can deny it, and it's actually just, like, insanely fucking good. Like, that would be, in my opinion, that is the best universe to live in. That is the good ending. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually just like this ridiculously good fucking song. And then you wake up. Yeah, exactly. And then you wake up.
We care about music way more important than a lot of things. We try to take over as an artist, singing, rapping, because I can sing, I can rap.
And this when Logan Paul would ask them a similar question.
What's your 5-year plan?
To be always top Billboard in music.
Good God.
That's good.
Maybe
That's good. That's
maybe
smart.
Acting if they let me with tattoos acting or something like that.
However, their confused response of always being top of the Billboard in music was certainly...
I mean, that's good. That's a good general idea, right? I mean, because you gotta, the acting might as well. Yeah, acting? No, exactly. Like, yeah, that's perfect. So delusional? No, again, like, it's like, so basically, this person right here is Kanye West if Kanye West was not a musical genius. You understand that, right? Like, it's like, imagine if, like, that's the thing. It's like, this is the, and like, so think about how much, like, I love Kanye. I talk about this all the time, how much I love Kanye. But, like, the fact is that, like, if Kanye West was fucking out, and you can watch his interviews from, like, 2003 and shit, before he had his first big album drop, musical genius? Undoubtedly, Kanye's a musical genius. Undoubtedly. And anybody who disagrees with that is, I think, a fool. Like, and yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he really is. He's a legend. He's amazing. I love him. And so what I'm saying is that you know, these guys are like you could hear Kanye say that, but people like whenever Kanye says that because he does it. And it's like, fuck yeah. You know, like, that's awesome.
Lacking in confidence, probably because at the end of the day, they know that with their current image and skill set, the music they do produce could never compete with the top of the Billboard.
Their look doesn't help them at all in terms of music because people just see them as this ridiculous character, and it's just unfortunate for them for the future. Right now, they're probably...
I think that they should, like, the best case scenario for the Island Boys, in my opinion, is cut it with the rap shit. Cut it with the rap shit. Like, only do the rap shit as, like, part of a joke. Like, have an MTV show where they record your life. Like, because people would watch their everyday life, but nobody's gonna want to see the music. Like that's rebrand. Like that's the kind of stuff like people want to see this the crazy everyday life of these people. Like how does a person like this live? You know, it's a reality TV show. Yeah, they should start streaming.
Be enjoying it.
For example, when they'd post the official version of their I'm an Island Boy song to YouTube, it's basically impossible to find a single positive comment, despite the video's 13 million plus views.
That's a lot.
Thank you, Island Boys, you saved my brother. He was paralyzed in a fatal car accident. Luckily, when I played this song, he rose and clicked the sound to mute. Wow, you guys definitely have a hidden talent.
Maybe that's why the girl, maybe that's what they had to do to save the girl in the last video, is they had to play this song. They played this song and she's like, what's that? Oh my God, turn that shit off. I can breathe now. You know, like that's what it is. It's like, you know, who was it? Jesus resurrects, was it Lazarus? You know, he's like, come back from the dead. Get the jukebox, play Island Boys.
That should stay hidden. Have this as my alarm clock every morning. Been waking up 30 minutes earlier just to turn it off. Thank you, Island Boys. In addition to this negativity toward their music online, they'd also receive a similar response during their public appearances. For example, they'd both attend the Jake Paul vs Tyrone Woodley fight, where the entire crowd would try and get them kicked out, stating that they had apparently thrown a shoe at someone, which they never did.
So the Island Boys just showed up. The whole place is booing them. The Island Boys are getting kicked out because they just threw a shoe at someone.
Additionally, in November 2021, they'd be
oh my God, dude. It's gotta be Keemstar. Like, it's like, if there's ever anything raunchy on the internet, if there's ever a raunchy real life event that happens from people on the internet, Keemstar is there. Like, he's fucking there. And like, Keemstar is another example where like there are people that like Keemstar because he's a cockroach that refuses to die. Like, it doesn't matter, like, how many nuclear holocausts. It doesn't matter how many Alexes. It doesn't matter how many RS Glory and Golds. It's the will to survive. The will to overcome against all odds. And to be 40 years old, still reporting on 13-year-olds on TikTok, and he's not sorry. You know? He's not sorry, and it is what it is. And that's why people like him, right? That's what it is. That's why he still has fans. That sounded weird, but it's true.
booked to sing at Club Live in Miami, where they'd be
Also
booed by
dating
the
a
crowd
20-year-old?
after yet another
No, I don't
underwhelming
think she's that old.
performance, at which point the audience would discover another reason behind why their career wasn't going to last for the long term. They were completely unwilling to take advice from more knowledgeable role models in their field. Going back to the Impulsive podcast, the Island Boys seemed pretty proud that they had paved their own path after Mike would ask them about which rappers they had been inspired by.
What was your inspiration? Like obviously you guys listen to rap music coming up.
I try not to listen to nobody because I feel like it betters my mindset.
Is that why you?
Smart. That's smart. There it is. They're smart. Yeah, it's like, you know, Keem unfollowed me on Twitter. Let me see if he still unfollowed me. Cause he followed me for a while, then he unfollowed me. He actually unfollowed me. I can't believe that, man. Yeah, I can't believe that. Like, what did you do? I mean, like, I've had a little bit of drama with Keemstar back and forth. Nothing crazy, right? But just a little bit of trolling. Nothing too much. Yeah, I fell off. I fell off, man. That's what it was. I can't believe that. Audacity. So this guy says he doesn't listen to nobody. Oh my God. Like, that I think is just like, it's like, it would sound...
Listen to rap music coming up.
I try not to listen to nobody because I feel like it betters my mindset.
Is that why you guys have such a unique sound?
Yeah. We don't listen to rappers. Nowadays, I don't. I used to listen to a lot of rappers.
Do you think you should start listening to them again?
No, because you're gonna try to steal their flow. They already made it. I'm not trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? You make it more being yourself. I'm not trying to.
Are you sure?
Brain about being yourself.
That's smart. You know, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, and like there it is. It's a unique sound. Well, no, it is. It is a unique sound. And the thing, yeah, you're so smart. Why take inspiration from people that are worse? Yeah, exactly. That's what makes sense. And try to be yourself. And I mean, that's respectable in my opinion. I think that it's funny, right? It definitely is fucking funny.
Yes. Yeah.
I agree with you guys to an extent of not like being swayed by other people, but also at the same time, like the current winners in the culture act as like guardrails and guidelines for what you do with your craft.
Mike is 100% correct here. If they were to copy another artist completely, people will call them out as copycats.
I think a lot of people are looking for, because like, when was the last time we had like a really big reggae artist? Like, when was the last time, like, anything that was like in like that realm? Like, when was the last big one Sublime. Like, that's the thing. Like, maybe Sublime. But like, I mean, people don't even think about Sublime, right? They think about Shaggy. I mean, that was like 90s, man. That was a long time ago, like 2000s or so. Dirty Heads. Dirty Heads, not really reggae. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But I think that it's a sound that people are looking to hear. Right? You know what I mean? Like, because it's something that, like, the public hasn't heard in a long time. And I think that there is a good vibe that comes with reggae. I like some reggae. Sean Paul, what was the last album they did? Like, I know he comes out with a song every once in a while. But, like, Temperature came out in, what, 2006? That was a long fucking time ago, man. That's whenever Sean Paul was popping off. It's been quite a while. He ain't fucking reggae? Yeah, I don't think he's reggae either. He's like reggae, like dance hall music, right? It's not even that's it. So like, all I'm really trying to get at here is like, it's a sound that people are looking for. So like, that's what I think one thing they tapped into is that people want to have like some good reggae music.
If they decide to completely ignore the valuable lessons and current trends set by the industry's leading artists and walk their own path without any inspiration from anyone else, they're just going to end up sounding like, well, the Island Boys.
Is that how you end up in a place where you sound like you guys do, which is so drastically different? Like, I wouldn't even call it hip hop. Like, it's not rap, right? Like, what is it?
They don't even really seem to understand what their own genre of music is.
I was trying to go for more melodic sound. When you keep on rapping in the same
cadence,
in the same form, you got no flow. Like, it's the same flow.
Monotone.
Kind of monotone. We go like you're very.
And going back to their inability to take advice from others, that eventually walk out of the Impulsive podcast after George would provide them with what seemed to be some tongue-in-cheek yet useful financial advice.
I think if God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest into something. So you guys will never ever be broke again.
After storming out of the interview, an article will be released by HITC reading George Janko vs. Island Boys net worth compared after podcast feud, which put the Island Boys net worth at $100,000
They walked
compared
out.
to George Janko's net worth of $600,000. With the Island Boys being
So they just walked the fuck out of that. The thing is, like, I understand that. I get that. That's pretty decent advice. Yeah. But, like, I mean, you have to look at it from, like, their perspective. It's like, you know, they get talked down to. They get shit on constantly. People are always finding a way to, like, invalidate their success, etc., right? How they only have a net worth of 100K? I mean, how the fuck did they get it to 100K? That's my question, right? Like, who give them money? And so, like, it would be patronizing or condescending, right? To a certain degree, I think that's how they perceived it. And I get that they didn't like that, but walking off the podcast like that, like, shut the fuck up. Like, quit being a bitch. Quit being a bitch.
By George's basic financial advice and the semi-accurate idea that offensive things are just self-deficiencies that you're yet to address, their emotional response to what George had to say is also a pretty good indication that the Island Boys are probably pretty unwise and insecure when it comes to their financial situation. You know they're also insecure about their future if they flip out on a simple question like that. George didn't say anything offensive.
Of course they're insecure about their future. They're not, I mean, like, they could be a little stupid, but they're not delusional, right? Like, the way that, like, what somebody says, like, the fact that they're replying to people that are saying that they fell off and shit like that, it means that they are what do you call it? It means that there's some degree, like, they know what's going on, right? Because they wouldn't take it seriously if they didn't. They would just be like, oh, it's just an idiot, right? Who gives a fuck? But, like, the fact is that, yeah, they've got awareness. They're not that stupid. Yeah, they're getting affected by it, absolutely.
The world is laughing at these boys, not with
they
them.
are insecure.
I refuse to believe there's people this insecure when it comes to money in this world, lol. This was also the opinion held by a financial YouTuber named Graham Stephen.
This sort of confidence and arrogance, I do think, would end up getting in the way. Financial advice is, like, not something to get offended about. I mean, there's nothing in there that should have been offensive.
Graham also
I'm not entirely on board with that. Like, I'm not, because, like, to a degree, like, can y'all see what I'm saying? Is, like, to a degree, telling them that is patronizing and condescending. Like, and like, it's not unreasonable for a person to take it that way, especially in the context of their life. Like, and not the way he said it. Yeah, but I think they overreacted. I think they shouldn't have done that. I thought it was stupid, right? But, like, all I'm saying is, like, I can see why it happened, right? Yeah, I can see why it happened.
Reiterated what was said earlier about the unlikely nature of their career lasting for the long term.
A career like this could last you anywhere from a few months to a few years. We've seen so many people come up like...
I love how, like, the best case scenario is a few years. You know, like, okay, yeah, this could be like, I mean, best case scenario, this is going to last as long as a hamster. Yeah, this is going to last as long as a hamster, best case.
This, where they blow up big, and then all of a sudden, they do nothing. They can't carry that momentum. And for this right now, they're good for going viral. But I'm not sure if that could be sustained or if that could be translated into a successful career long term.
Before going on to once again discuss how George was probably making just as much money as the Island Boys.
I don't see anything here that would say George is making less money than the Island Boys. If anything, he could be making the same, if not more.
Boy, if he's on I don't know who this George dude is, to be honest, but if he's on Impulsive, like, he probably has some degree of rev share, or they pay him or something like that. I'm pretty sure Impulsive is a really big fucking podcast. So, like, he's getting some amount of money off of that, like 100%. You know, his dad's rich. Yeah, he's a comedian. Oh, yeah, I don't know who that is. Real estate YouTube. Oh, well then, yeah, he's probably fine, man. He's chilling. Like, yeah, he's huge. All right, yeah.
However, when this point will be put against the Island Boys on TikTok, they seem to share a differing opinion.
I'm gonna say it respectfully in the most humble way as possible. I doubt he's making any new money like how Island Boys are. We are successful and happy in life.
Which would be followed by...
I can see that. That's why you spend all your time telling people that. The thing is, like, yeah, that's what it is. Legitimately has a higher net worth. Yeah, sure, man. Absolutely. Bottom left, dude. No, he's just chilling, man. He's chilling. And he's pissed off. Making new money, by the way. He's saying making new money.
Which would be followed by another TikTok, once again displaying their inability to take the advice of others and their desire to walk their path of success alone.
But if someone's talking about my financials, I don't want to hear you. You're not the one that's making me millions of dollars. I made millions of dollars myself. You know what I'm saying?
Millions of dollars, damn.
Doing it myself alone, you dig?
Overall, the reason...
That's a lot more money than 100,000. Damn, we got this number wrong. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a million. They're making millions of dollars. That's crazy how much money they're making. Show the receipts. Oh, they don't have them. There ain't no receipts, man. Like, yeah, they don't know receipts. And to be honest, with the Island Boys, I'm pretty sure I can believe them whenever they say they can't figure out how to get them. I would believe that. I'll be like, we can't figure out how to get the receipts. It's like, I believe you. I believe you. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Right? And like, that's it. And so threw the receipts away. Yeah, I can't count the zeros in their account. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, those last two zeros, the dot in between the last two zeros? No. That's not how it works. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. You fair, Google says your net worth is 200K. Who gives a fuck how much money you have? Who gives a fuck about how much money? Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. All I'm saying is like this, right? And this how I see it, is that if you, like, with George, right? Whenever George asked that, do you think that George was asking that or giving that advice legitimately? Like actually, like, to be fair, I think he was, but I think that, like, this is a better way for me to say it, is that, do you think George thought that they were going to continue to be successful? Like, what do you think the chances of the Island Boys being continually successful in George's mind is? Like, what's the probability of this? Like, I would say in George's mind, like 5%. So, like, he's saying this contextually, like that, like he's trying to talk shit, right? I think that he was. I do, even though, like, it came off in a completely different way.
Behind why the Island Boys are already on their way out was summarized simply and obviously in a comment made by a YouTuber called Hella Yassine.
It's short-term hustling, and we've seen this exact same quote-unquote business model, I guess you could call it, being done, but this doesn't last.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't and never does. And that's always the way it goes. Like, yeah, this is a good video again. Oh YouTube. My God. Yo, chill, bro. Holy fuck. God damn. No wonder people don't watch you. Calm down. Fuck, man. Jesus, shut the fuck up. So, this video was made by a guy named Sunny. And, I've watched his videos for a long time, ever since maybe like last year or so. And he makes some of the best videos on YouTube right now. And I genuinely think, like, if you're going to subscribe to somebody, you should subscribe to this guy. Like, he's chill. Like, he makes good quality content that's simple. And there's nothing else more to it than that, right?